Today from StampersBest, I'd like to give you a tutorial on this birthday card that I created. The border stamp along the bottom is a StampersBest stamp, and also the birthday sentiment in the middle, which I emboss with gold embossing powder. So let's get started. Some of the steps I shortened a bit, but let's get started. I started with a 9x12 piece of cardstock cut in half. So this is the regular invitation size, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, I believe. And what I've done is cut the bottom 1/2 inch off. And I've taken a die cut and cut this lace strip. So I'm going to adhere this to the card, very first thing. And I'm going to get my piece of sticky strip and snip that off. Sure that is there. We go. Cut off, trim off the excess, and then the next thing I'm going to do with my card is put the mat, which is the paper collection is from K & Company, and what I've done is put this through my embossing folder with the dotted Swiss. You can probably see those dots. So I'm going to adhere that. That's out. And you could use any kind of adhesive for this. Center that. And then my top note is the same pattern paper, so I'm going to take my little dauber and distress the edges. This is brushed corduroy, and I like the look of the distressed edges. Just gives it a little bit more dimension. And before I adhere this down, I am going to get a small piece of purple gingham ribbon, very carefully tie that along the edge. That's a little bit loose, but I think I can remedy that. Actually, a small glue dot would be fine there too. Okay. That is popping up a little bit, so I'm going to take a small glue dot. Actually, this is a little bit big, so I'm just going to roll it a little bit and put it on the back side of that knot. There we go. Okay. That's our card so far. Now I'm going to take this is the birthday sentiment, and I'm going to take my Versamark and very quickly put the sentiment in the center. Make sure I'm on the screen here for you. And I'm going to take my Versamark pad and go all the way around that. And the embossing powder I'm using today is Egyptian gold. Let me zoom out a little bit. Egyptian gold. And I'm going to get my little tweezers here. Just pour that on really liberally. And you can see how. Now I am going to turn the heat gun on quickly. Okay. Put that underneath. I'll have to put a little more adhesive on there. And I am going to lift up that ribbon just for a bit. Okay. Okay, now the stamp, Pansy stamp, which I showed you before, I'm going to take some purple ink, and I like to use a mouse pad for my image. And also this background stamp comes on a really nice acrylic block, and StampersBest also has those available for your stamp. So make sure that's a good impression. Put it on my okay, and look at that. Look at that image of those. Beautiful. Now what I want to show you is for sake of time, I've colored this one in with my Copics, and you could use Prismacolor or any. And I've edged the edges with the brush corduroy again. Gives it some dimension. And that will go right on the card bottom. Let me see where I like it. And I'm going to put my tape my ATG gun is empty, and I can't find tape right about now. It's out of stock. So I'm going crazy with these little tape runners. I'm used to my gun. So, and the last touch, I have a small little leaf, which I'm going to add to the right side of the card. And I'm going to tuck it right underneath. And the last thing, I'm going to take my Martha Stewart butterfly punch. Where did you go? Let's see, here it is. And I'm going to use this blue paper. Punch out a butterfly. And I think I've got my glue gun heated up. I'm going to put a little bit of glue there. And the last touch is I've got some pearl strand, and I'm going to cut a small section off. I like to put this for the butterfly body. I'm going to cut 3 pearls off, and very carefully I'm going to put a little dab in the center of the butterfly and put that right in there, and there you have it. Have a wonderful birthday. And you could do a lot of things. You could also put another birthday sentiment inside, but I thought I'd leave this one plain. So thanks for visiting, and